Who would have ever thought that what one man developed in his garage in the 70s would lead to what is now easily one of the biggest and most well-known technology companies in the world? That's right, I'm talking about Nokia. Oh, wait, no, sorry, hold on. Apple. For more than 4 decades, they've continued to create and innovate in the technological space, with products like the original iPhone, which was way ahead of its time during launch, and the iPad, which is what I'm using to edit this on, and many more. However, every company doesn't come without its flaws, and Apple is no exception. There's some more darker stuff going on under the surface that will be examined in this visual essay, Apple Investigation.
What we're gonna do right here is go back. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Most of the innovation and popularity garnered by Apple was thanks to Steve Jobs, and so when he passed away in 2011, not only was it a massive shock to everyone, but it created a massive shift in how the company operated, with it now left in the hands of Tim Cook. Tech industry analyst Rob Endell of the Endell Group stated that Apple lost the ability to bring out products that could revolutionize the market. They became a financially focused company very effective at milking its faithful users, a bit like Marvel Studios post-Avengers Endgame. But yes, this radical change in Apple's business model was definitely noticed and felt by many, and it couldn't have been more glaringly obvious when in 2019, Apple tried to get away with selling a Mac Pro stand for $1,000 American dollars. There was also a great degree of compromise made to the quality of products with the bastardization of the iPhone's lightning charger cables. They were now thinner and broke quicker and easier so that you could go and buy another one, or 4. This stingy business model encouraged a greater level of electronic waste, as when things aren't built to last, they don't, and then they get discarded and replaced. What most people don't realize is that most tech manufactured today could easily last for decades if companies wanted them to, but of course it's much more beneficial to create a problem and thus a solution to the problem created, which you can monetize. We see this embedded in the core of Apple's business strategy today. Older iPhones constantly struggling to keep up to date with software requirements, scandals coming out regarding the batteries on older iPhone models deliberately being drained to force customers to upgrade, flimsy, pathetic models that bend in people's pockets when they're being sold to customers. The list doesn't seem to end. Science Direct puts it perfectly. Apple's position is further complicated because it not only faces competition from rival ecosystems, but also from itself. Because with each new product launch, previous devices become redundant. A great deal of the reasoning behind Apple's success despite all of these mishaps is due to their low-cost, high-production business model, which puts a heavy emphasis on worker control. Many thousands of international employees in countries like China and Brazil are heavily overworked. These workers are also forced to deal with restrictions on their movements and leisure time, monetary penalties for missing productivity targets, and the frequently delayed or failed payment of wages rife within the Chinese manufacturing and assembly sector. All of these things have led to there being many protests in China and other countries, with people taking a stand against these working conditions, demanding better from Apple in the way they respect workers' rights and adhere to a safe and healthy work environment. Science Direct stated that Apple's association with unsafe and inhumane labor practices in China has led to a growing assault against its brand image, a trend that has caused substantial damage to major market leaders in the past. If this is how they're treating their workers, it wouldn't be much of a surprise if there was a similar lack of respect held towards their customers. When asked by an analyst from RBC about Apple's vocal advocacy for more privacy protection, Tim Cook responded, saying,
"Well, if you look at our model, if we can convince you to buy an iPhone or an iPad, we'll make a bit of money. You're not our product."
In other words, greater privacy protection would harm some of Apple's big tech rivals to a greater degree than it would harm Apple, but it would still harm them nonetheless. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure in the sense that anything we do as a collective will have a big enough impact, but there is definitely something that needs to be done. And I'm not out here saying,
boycott Apple, they are rich.
but I am suggesting that we as consumers and buyers of technology should try to avoid giving these companies any more money than they already have, and instead buy devices secondhand, or do whatever we can to just make them last, or find out more about other tech developing companies if you care enough, and support the ones who have overall more positive and consumer focused business strategies. But yeah, that's Apple Investigated. Also, this video was supposed to be between 2.5 to 3 minutes in length. As you've probably figured by now, it's a bit longer than that, so please don't tank my marks because of this. But if they do go down, they go down.
Oh!
I've had a lot of fun making this. I hope you've learned a thing or two as well. And all sources can be found in the description if you're keen to find out any more about what I got in my research. But that's it. Thanks for watching. See you soon.